Hello, you're listening to the Manifest It Sis podcast, a safe space for women of color to heal, get aligned, and learn all things spirituality, manifesting, self-care, and personal development. I'm your host, Danny Faust. I'm a psychic intuitive, energy healer, and life coach that helps you shift your energy to manifest your dopest life with more ease and grace. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's jump in. Hi, thanks so much for tuning in today. This is episode number 32, all about new moon rituals. I'm excited to bring this content to you today, but first I want to let you know that we are sponsored today by me and the Soul Shift Society. What's the Soul Shift Society, you ask? Well, I'm happy to tell you. It is our brand new membership where I'll be coming live to you twice a month to give a new and full moon channeled energy readings, card pulls for the collective and the individual. We'll also have a monthly masterclass, and there will be 2 full libraries of meditations and hypnosis recordings so you can get what you need when you need it, as well as a library of activities. Things like journal prompts, energy work, spells, affirmation, goal setting tools, lots of good stuff. The whole theme of the Soul Shift Society is for you to heal what needs healing, connect with your intuition naturally, and manifest your dopest life. So heal, connect, manifest. That is the mantra we have in the Soul Shift Society. We also have a private Facebook community, so it's just us gathering like-minded women who are ready for more, just more. So if you're interested in joining the Soul Shift Society, triple S, feel free to just go to bit.ly/Soul Shift Society. The link is also in the show notes, and I'll see you over there. All right, so let's hop into today's episode, all about new moon rituals. Hey friends, I'm so excited for the new moon episode. Oh my gosh. So I have been doing full and new moon rituals for many, many years before I was even a coach, before I was even, fully into the woo. I had some sort of ritual that coincided with the moon. And just as the years have progressed, I've gotten just more intentional and diligent with them. So if you have never heard of a new moon ritual or don't even know what the new moon is, so the moon has many phases, and this is the beginning of a new phase. This phase is the beginning of a new cycle of the moon. So, when you look up in the sky and you see it full blast, and then you sometimes will see it like a little crescent or half, those are different phases of the moon. And the moon, we know, has a lot of impact on Earth. Think about the oceans. The rising and lowering of the tides are impacted from the moon's energy. And going back, our cycles were even linked to the moon's cycles. Things have changed now because we are in this just super technologically advanced, fast-moving, industrial kind of world now. So our cycles are not synced with the moon. However, when we are intentional about it, ladies, we notice how the moon still impacts our bodies, our energy level, our mood, etc., if not specifically our menstrual cycle. So take a look, start noticing what phase the moon is in and how you're feeling and where you're at in your cycle. And you'll notice just your own personal moon cycle. Anyway, so a new moon is when facing the earth is dark and the side facing away from us is lit. So that is the beginning of a new cycle for the moon, and it represents newness, right? So for those who do moon rituals, the energy around these rituals is always about calling in something new, setting intentions for what's new, and just it's a fresh phase. Okay? So, what is a moon ritual? Well, depending on who you ask, some people might be really strict with them. I am very much a do what works for you, what feels right for you, what resonates for you kind of person. So for me, I say a moon ritual is whatever you want to do in honoring freshness, newness, setting intentions around the new moon time. And you don't necessarily have to do it exactly when the moon hits its newness at 11:03 p.m. Central Time. Like, it doesn't have to be exact, but within the day or two around the new moon, it's when the energy from it is the most potent, and that is the best time to do your ritual. So what you want to include in a ritual is really up to you. I will tell you that what I like to do, I'm going to give you some suggestions of different things you can try. And then at the end, I'll let you know what my monthly new moon rituals are. Okay, so a few things you can try. Journaling. Now, you already know that I always tell you guys to journal. I am a journaling evangelist junkie. So I always suggest journaling. And one thing to journal around is looking at what you may have previously listed as goals or desires or intentions and seeing if you still want those things. Assess if it's still on point for you, if you're still moving towards those goals and desires, or if you have outgrown them or want to set them aside. And no matter what the answer is to that, it's okay. What's important is to look at it during this energy and allow the energy to support you in the letting go of what you may not still want and calling in what you do. So the next part of that journaling exercise is looking at what you're calling in and making sure that what you're calling in is truly what you want. And then also thinking about who you have to be to receive it. So check out one of my earlier episodes about embodying versus acting as if. And that might give you a little more insight around this. But who you have to be to receive your desires is going to be a little bit different than who you are right now. And what's great is that the energy of this moon that's drawing you to look at this is going to help you embody who you have to be to receive what you want and what you're intending on. Another thing that's great to do during your ritual is to spend some time visualizing yourself in those new circumstances, visualizing yourself already with what it is that you desire. I love to also suggest using candles and meditating and calling in whatever your focus is. A new moon is a great time to set like the word of the month and let that be your guiding energy for the next few weeks or month ahead. I like to suggest people smudge as part of their ritual. And smudging is energy clearing. Normally, if you Googled it, you would most likely see somebody with a hunk of sage burning as the imagery for smudging. But you can always clear energy in lots of different ways. So yes, sage. And time out about sage. I want to suggest that you grow your own. And if that is not possible, I want you to check and see if it's ethically sourced. And if that's not possible, I want you to look for other herbs to smudge with. And if that's not possible, I at least want you to use just one tiny leaf at a time. When you Google or look on Pinterest or Instagram for smudging, you see people burning this whole hunk of tied together sage leaves. And real talk, you do not need all of that. Just pull off one or two, put it in a fire safe bowl or shell and burn that and allow that smoke to go through your home and smudge. Okay, let's take care of Mama Earth, okay? All right, so sage is one way you can smudge. However, you can always smudge with other herbs. Take your pick. Pick up some rosemary, dry it out, burn it. You can do that as well. But you don't always have to burn to smudge, to clear energy. You can also use sound, using a bell. Just ring a bell as you walk through your home. You can clap. Truly, you can just clap because it's all vibration, right? So you can clap. You can use your voice. You can hum. You can sing. You can turn on music really loud so the bass is doof, 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 vibrating. All of these things. the point is that you're using your intention. Truly, your intention is all you need for clearing, and all of these other things are just enhancers. Your intention is what matters. So as you're going through your home or your sacred space, if you don't do your whole home, just the sacred space that you're in for your ritual, I suggest that you do whichever energy clearing modality feels best for you, but just make sure that you are going at it with the most pure, crystal clear intention for what it is that you want to remain in your home. So you set the intention for either the energies that you want to remain or the new energies that you're calling in. Especially for the new moon, it's great to call in new energies. And it's basically just kind of setting your claim to what's going to be coming in. So I am only allowing in the energies of love, peace, camaraderie, joy, whatever it is that you want. You can just set the intention as you're smudging throughout your space. And that just kind of enhances the work that you did in your journal, saying what it is that you wanted to call in. You feel me? You feel me. Another thing that you could do during your new moon ritual is get your crystals out and put them outside or in a window where they have access to the moon to charge them or cleanse them. Please know that you can also cleanse your crystals in all the same ways I just suggested for you to energy cleanse or smudge your home. You don't have to put it outdoors, but you totally can. Also with your crystals, especially during this time, is creating crystal water. I would suggest that you do a quick Google to ensure that the crystals that you have are okay with going in water. Shardy things and soft stones you don't want to put into water. But the new moon is a great time for you to do that and create some beautiful crystal water. And again, put your intention on it so that the crystals are enhancing the intention that you just put into that water. It's also a great time to create new crystal grids. So a crystal grid is a collection of crystals that are set into a pattern and imbued with an intention or an energy. And what it does is holds that energy for you so that you can go about your business, but the crystal grid is holding the energy. So if I am calling in a 10K launch of my new class, what I would do is set up my crystals in a pattern and meditate over it, set the intention over it of what I want, and know that those crystals are now harnessing the energy that I just put in there when I set my intention. They're now harnessing that energy and holding the intention for me. So I could put that just over to the side, leave the crystal grid intact, and know that I don't have to focus my energy on the desire for the $10,000 launch. I can now focus my energy on doing the things I need to do to make that launch happen, because I'm being supported in the background by this crystal grid holding the energy of the desire for me. And crystal grids, I think I will do a whole separate episode on crystals and crystal grids for you, because now I realize I might be saying stuff that you're like, what? But a quick Google will help you. I'm also going to put my favorite 2 crystal and crystal grid books. They're great resources in the show notes for you if you'd like to check it out, but I won't go too deep into that. But if you are someone who already is into crystals and crystal grids, the new moon is a great time to create a new one for you. Another thing to do during the new moon is clean or clear out areas of your home or your living space, removing garbage and recycling and donations, just clearing out space so that you are energetically making space for the new. You're making physical space and energetic space, and you're lightening your energetic load because you're looking around and you're not seeing clutter and garbage and have that one more thing to do in your mind, just kind of bringing down your vibration. And another thing to do for your new moon ritual is gratitude. Gratitude journaling or gratitude listing, a gratitude prayer, a gratitude meditation. I don't care. Whatever it is you're choosing, just throw some gratitude on top of it. And again, the things that I'm suggesting here, take what you like and gently set aside what you don't. I say that all the time because all of these tactics, and this is not even all of them, this is just a few top of mind that I'm sharing with you today. But all of these tactics are not going to work for everyone. None of them will feel exciting for everyone. So the ones that do excite you, the ones that do resonate, I want you to try. And the ones that do not resonate, just leave them aside and maybe try them another day. Or you might never want to, I don't know, charge crystals or create a crystal grid. That's cool. But the ones that might appeal to you, like journaling or meditation, do it. All right. So just please know that none of these things are must-dos in order to manifest what you want. These are just gentle suggestions that you may want to try. Another thing that I do suggest you do, after I said all that, here's one I definitely want you to try. I want you to try to sit and listen for guidance. So for me, I am very connected with my higher self, spirit guides, just helpers in spirit, as I like to call them, of many types. And I will do channeling for my groups and myself, real talk, for myself and my groups. Let me be real. I do channeling for myself and my groups during these new and full moon times, because I just feel the energy of the moons very strongly around these two times of the month. And I feel like it's easier for me to pull in the information, to receive the information clearly. And what comes through, it usually hits the audience just perfectly. It's magical. If you are already in my Facebook group and have experienced some of the new or full moon channeling, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like the message is just for you. But everyone else in the room is also feeling like the message is just for them because Spirit knows what it's doing, and it knows that the message I'm giving to Danielle is the one that Danielle needs to deliver to the people who follow Danielle. You feel me? So yeah. So I want you to try and do this in your own way as well during the full and new moon. And really that can just be you sitting down, taking a little quiet time, a few deep breaths, and allowing whatever comes to you to come to you. It might be a new idea of a place to apply to for a new job. It might be the right thing to say to your baby daddy to get him to hand over full custody to you. It might be the right wording to use to ask your boss for a raise. It might be the next step on your healing journey. It might be the next step on your weight loss journey. Whatever comes to you will come to you for a reason, come to you naturally, and will help guide you in next steps. So allow yourself to receive information and don't be scared of the word channeling. You're already a channel. Whether you like the language or not, you're already a channel for source. So, spoiler alert. Okay? So, during the new moon energy, I want you to try your best to just sit and listen. And if sitting and listening is uncomfortable for you, do it through your journal. Write a question at the top of the page. What do I need to know for my next steps? What information would best serve me now? And then take a few deep breaths and start writing. You might just write, some profound amazingness. You might write gobbledygook. And whatever happens, it's okay. Just know that you're sitting with the intention of receiving and the answer is going to come. It might not come right at that moment. You might go to bed, wake up, and then say, aha, I know the next best thing. And that's okay too. However it comes is the right way. Okay? So what I do. So now here's what I do each month. And you do not have to copy this. There's no rules, right? There are no rules. You can do whatever you like. Of all the things that I suggested, you can pick one and let that be the one thing that you do. That's fine. So when I tell you my little practice, I don't want you to think like, oh, I have to do it exactly like this. You can. I don't care. You can copy it word for word for word, but I just want you to know that you don't have to, and that's not why I'm sharing it. Okay? So what I do is I prepare, like, I call it a sacred space. Sometimes it's the bath. Sometimes it's my closet. Sometimes it's the office. Sometimes it's my bedroom. It really depends on what time I'm doing it and who's home. Okay? So I prepare that space by either smudging or doing some form of energy clearing. And I set the intention that, okay, now it is, new moon ritual time, and I'm going to commune with my guidance, and it's going to be a joyful time. Like whatever it is, I'm just setting the intention for it. And the wording doesn't matter. I change the wording almost every time, but either way, I'm setting the intention as I'm preparing the space. And I like to have something from all the elements. So I like to have fire, I have a candle. Air, I'll have either music like solfeggio frequencies playing or binaural beats, or sometimes for air, it's just my breath. I might do a breath work exercise, but I like to have fire, air, water. I will have literally a glass of water, or I'll be in the bath and that'll take the place of water. And then earth will be my crystals, or I might take my, whichever plant I feel drawn to, I might have that with me, next to me in the closet or the bathroom or wherever I am. But I just make sure to have some elemental things around. And then I'll feel like, I'm ready. I'm in my zone. Okay. And then I will do some type of meditation or just quick energy practice to get myself centered. Usually I'll just ground myself. And if you want, I have a quick grounding exercise on Instagram. I'm the Dani Faust, TheDaniFaust on Instagram. And if you do join the Soul Shift Society, there is a longer grounding exercise in the library there for you. So you could just grab that one. So I'll ground myself and do some type of just clearing of my body, like an energy clearing of my body. One thing I like to do, I also have one of these on Instagram too. Just scroll down for the IGTVs and you'll see it. I like to just pretend that a waterfall of energy or God's love or love light, whatever you want, is just pouring down on me and just washing everything that doesn't serve me away. And it goes down the drain if I'm doing it in the bath, or it goes just down, seeps through my carpet into the floor, down into the earth, and Mother Nature just grabs it and pulls it away from me. So I do some type of clearing. Then I'll do my journaling exercises. I'll set my intentions. I'll journal kind of what I thought I wanted, what I now want, and who I have to be to get that. Just different things in that area. I'll set my intentions going forward. And then I will sit to listen. Real talk, let me be fully honest. Before I do my ritual, I also sit to listen. And I'll just ask out loud, what do me and my community need to know right now from this energy? And sometimes it'll come to me fast and furious and I need to like type it out real quick or write it as fast as I can. Sometimes nothing comes in the moment. And then once I start to move, like I'll go walk on my treadmill or something. And once I start to move, it just comes pouring in. So I have to stop and then go write it down or record it out real quick. So either way, I ask for that information beforehand. Then while I'm in my ritual, I ask again for whatever the guidance is that's coming from the divine, however it wants to come through. And I might ask specific questions at this point. If I'm working through something, if I have something that's weighing heavily on my heart, I will ask about that and allow the moon's energy to support me in getting the answers I need that will best move me forward with regard to the situation. I allow that to just move through me. I will take some time to visualize and get myself in a place of making what I want real now. And for me, that's just the most important. I'm crystal clear on the things that I want. I can see it. I could describe my goals to you in such detail your eyes would like cross. And I want you guys to do the same thing when you're visualizing. I want it to be so real that you're like, wait, that didn't happen already? Wait, what happened? Is that a memory? I don't know. That's how intense I want your visualizations to be. And then I just kind of say thank you to whoever showed up for me, who gave me the guidance, whatever energies I felt come through. I will thank them for being with me. And then I take my crystals outside. I'm in South Florida, so I could put them outside in the backyard whenever. It's not too cold. If I was in an apartment still, I would put them right in my windowsill though. So I take my crystals out and I sometimes make crystal water. That is not a high priority for me anymore. I will look over my crystal grids and see if there's any that I want to revamp. And that's it. That's my new moon ritual. And if I'm being 1000% with you, that is my longer one. Okay. My shorter one is I prepare my sacred space. I will ground myself. I will journal. I will ask for guidance and I'll say thank you and be out. Okay. So please know that it's not always this long drawn out, oh, thank you, universe. Yeah. It's not always that. Sometimes I am in and I am out. But what I am sure to do on those in and out days, what I'm sure to do is the day before or the day after, I am sure to take a nice soak or have a longer meditation to support whatever I did or whatever I will be doing on the shorter day. Does that make sense? So if I know that it's going to be a in and out type of ritual, I will compensate. I don't want to say compensate like I need to do any of these things, but I will support it with either a ritual bath, a sacred soak, or a longer meditation on the day before or after. Okay? And again, if I have not beaten this horse to death yet, I'm going to do it now. You do not have to do all or any of the things that I am suggesting here. If you heard me give you that whole list of suggestions and that whole list of what I do, and you're just like, this sounds like some bullshit, I'm not interested, then girl, don't do it. Don't feel forced to do anything. Okay? You can just note that it is the new moon and be like, oh, it's the new moon. What do I want next? I want this XYZ goal. Yeah, that's it. And then keep going about your life. If that's all you do, that's fine. I just want you to note the new moon and just kind of give a little what's up to its energy. At the very least, just note. And if you're in the Soul Shift Society, I've got the dates and times of the new and full moon for the rest of the year in there for you. But if you're not in there, you can just do a quick Google search, when's the next new moon, and, do your thing. What I don't want is that you listen to this and then allow the new and full moons to just pass you by without giving it a thought. Because whether or not you do anything for it, you're still very connected to the moon. Whether you feel it intentionally or tune into it intentionally or not, you're still affected by the gravitational pull of the moon because you got hella water in you. Okay? And 99.999% of the people listening are women, WOMXN, or identify as women, or are biological women, and you are likely super impacted by the moon's pull and the moon's energy, whether you recognize it or not. Okay? So, I say all that to say, try your own thing. Try your own thing. And if you're interested in my new moon channeling or my full moon channeling, come join me in the Soul Shift Society. I love doing these for my community because one, they always hit just right. They always help you move forward. And I support them with card pulls. So it takes the messaging even more direct for each person. So you get a full on nudge from the universe and from your guide saying, do this next for your best interest. All right. So that's it. I got nothing else for you. I hope this was useful. I hope I have convinced you to do something, anything for the new moon. And I think I'll probably do another one of these for the full moon. It'll be pretty similar, but with some really important distinctions. So stay tuned for that. And I love you. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.